Are estate agents stuck in their ways? Today I'm joined by the wonderful Danielle Nash, who's the boss lady of the Property Academy, an organisation that helps estate agents better themselves. Danny, are estate agents stuck in their ways? Talk to me.
I think some are, but I think we're very fortunate at Property Academy, and I think with what you do as well, that we work with the ones that aren't. We work with people that want to get out of their comfort zones and be better and develop.
I mean, it's interesting the amount of time, someone says, I've been in business for 30 years, and I look at what they're doing, and I think they've really been in business 1 year, 30 times.
Yeah.
Why are we not very good at training and, more importantly, developing ourselves?
I think sometimes the desire is there, but I think people running businesses traditionally are time poor, and it's a real commitment to say I am going to take time out of running the business to work on myself for the benefit of the business. It's very, very easy to push that to the side and go, oh, I'm going to do something tomorrow. I'm going to go on this course. I'm going to go on this free seminar. And then something comes up and you're firefighting, and that's what falls by the wayside.
I mean, isn't it scary that there's over 14,500 estate agency firms, and there's probably only a handful. So you've got you guys at the Property Academy, we've got the Guild, we've got RAN, but if you added all those agencies up together, that's probably only 4 or 5% of the whole of the UK estate agencies, firms. And those are the same sort of organisations that you can learn. And, it's not just training on how to be an estate agent. It's about being a better boss. It's about leadership versus management. And then there's the independent, estate agency trainers. I can never count more than 10. That's a disgusting number, isn't it?
Yeah.
That there is only 10 estate agency trainers for the whole of the UK.
Yeah. And they're not all at capacity either. If you look at, all of us, the collective training providers, irrespective whether it's a company or an individual, it's not like we're all working 80 hours a week providing all this training for estate agents. Like you said, there's a massive chunk of agents that don't seem to actively seek out training.
Do you think ROPA and regulation will help with this?
I think it will help with the not letting it fall by the wayside piece if they have to do it. But that's obviously a very specific piece of training. I don't necessarily think it will help with the kind of personal development, general business side of improvement.
So it'll help with the law and the regulation, but not
Absolutely.
necessarily they make them more business people. Do you think this is endemic just in estate agency, or do you think a lot of businesses? What's your opinion?
I think it's a lot of businesses whereby someone has a skill set where they're employed and they're very good at something, and then think, I could do that better, I'm going to start a business. And they know an awful lot about, working in a kitchen, cutting hair, selling houses, but actually they don't know an awful lot about running the business. And I found this since, I came back as managing director. I don't know. There's so much I don't know about businesses. So, for example, VAT regulations and P&Ls and cash flows, and I've learnt it all, and they're all really, really important. But I've been fortunate enough to have learnt those. And I think that's the key, isn't it? You can be very, very good at selling houses, but do you know how to run a business? Do you know how to recruit? Do you know how to be compliant?
Absolutely spot on. My wife, as you can see, is an exceptional cook. That doesn't mean that she would necessarily make a good restaurateur. And I think that's the same with estate agents. Just because you're a damn good valuer doesn't mean that you're going to be a great estate agency business owner.
No, and but it doesn't mean that you can't be either.
But it comes back down to the original thing, is that you have to learn and develop yourself to do that. And the buck stops with you as the boss, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And there's two strands to it. There's all the stuff that you have to do to actually run the business, in terms of, how do you recruit better? How do you provide a decent and compliant HR team? How do you do a P&L? How do you make sure you're performing against budget? And then you've got all the stuff about that is personally you.
More the mindset stuff.
Exactly right. How do you be a better leader? How do you turn up every day, for your staff? All the kind of leadership soft stuff, which is equally as important.
And the best way to learn that is from other people in the same position with such organisations such as the Property Academy, RAN, the Guild, and other mastermind groups.
Exactly right. And at Property Academy, we're really open about the fact that we don't teach people to be better estate agents. We teach them to run really, really great businesses and be at the top of their game. You will see speakers who are not industry specific, but you will mix with 13 or 14 other business owners that are doing what you're doing as well, and you're learning and sharing from them.
Danny, fantastic insight there. Thank you very much for your time today.